Good evening, friends. This is Mrs. Rena Khatri Tandon, and today we're going to talk about the topic of loneliness. I see a lot of people nowadays coming up to me and saying, my life is really lonely. I feel really sad. I feel really depressed. I feel like there's nobody who can hear me. I feel that there's nobody who understands me. They do not know a little difference between what loneliness is and how they can develop happiness. I think there's a very narrow line of you converting loneliness to silence. And silence, my friends, is solitude. It's a time when you can understand yourself, be mindful of your actions, think about what thoughts, emotions and feelings come to you. So today we are to understand what are the different kind of loneliness people undergo and how we can make it to a positive state of mind, which is silence or solitude, to get happiness in life. Because you understand that happiness is what everybody is looking for. You, me and everyone requires only one thing in world, and that is happiness. And to attain that happiness, we need to be at a state of silence, at a state of solitude, which is going to yield us nothing but enlightenment, awareness and more acceptance into ourselves and what others around us are. Coming to the point of loneliness, I've come across about 7 different types of loneliness which are there in people. One is that I am different. Many a times you realize that when you are among people, even in spite of being among all your family members and all your friends, you feel that you're alone. You don't feel like you sense and belong to that group. So you feel that I am different. Why am I here? And you start questioning your mind. The second type of loneliness is there's no love for me. So this generally happens between a relationship when you're among a lot of people and you want that me time. You want to spend some time on a walk. You want to just be reading something. You want to spend some time with your spouse. You just want to be in a garden. You just want to be sipping coffee. So that's the kind of loneliness which you want with one person. The third kind of loneliness is no time for me. When you have all your friends, all your relatives, all your people always plunging into you, and you're always like, oh my God, they're only talking about themselves. They're not talking about me. They're not asking me. They're not interested in my life. They're always talking about what they want to do in their life or what's happening in their life. So they don't ask me on, they're not interested in my life basically. So they don't have time for me. The fourth kind is when you come into a new situation. Like suppose you have a change of place or you have a change of city, or there are children where you have change of school, change of environment. You feel, okay, I've come into a new setup. So you start to feel lonely. You feel like, okay, this is something new. So the loneliness sets in. The fifth quiet is quiet presence. When you want to just be yourself. You just want to be non-judgmental. You want to just spend some time with yourself. You want to be away from the crowd, and then you have this loneliness setting into yourself where you feel that you want to be somewhere else, but you're still wanting to be alone. The sixth kind is an untrustworthy friend. Like you are with a lot of people and you come across friends who you start questioning your mind. Is this somebody who is truthful to me? Is this somebody who's trying and playing around with me? So that loneliness sets in that, in spite of you having good people or good positivity around, you feel that this person is somebody who's trying and playing around or not being truthful to you. So then you have this loneliness setting in. And the last one is no animals. People who are animal lovers, if they do not have animals around, they somehow do not get that bonding or the best friend. But once they get this best friend who they can always look for when they are reaching out home, then they feel very secure. Otherwise they feel very lonely and they have nobody to actually have a word with, because I think animals are the most trustworthy people you have. Now how do you come across or come away from loneliness? Let's look into that. The most important thing is the highest value of freedom. What do you like, my friends? The best value you can have in your life is freedom. Don't you agree? Freedom is something which does not cost anything and which you can get on yourself. But because we are social animals and we always like relationships, we always like people, we always like to be around people, We always look for connectivity, we always look for people, we always want to be with people. Now there is a difference between having loneliness and not having loneliness, and it is up to you on what you really want. If you really want to be a free person, then you have to be a strong and a courageous person to take your life ahead. That's not loneliness, but unless until you are not happy with yourself even for 10 minutes, then you can't be the most happiest person who can give out happiness outside, my friends. So when you spend that time with yourself, many of you must be feeling, oh my God, I can't even sit away from the phone for 1 minute, or I want to go back to the TV remote, I want to go back to Facebook, I want to go back to Twitter, I want to go back to my WhatsApp. But just give it 1 minute of thought, my good friends. If you cannot spend that 10 minutes time with yourself, just being you, without anything near you, without anybody talking to you, without those gadgets, if you are not happy with yourself, how can you go out and create happiness for others? So the happiness lies within you. You need to give in some time with yourself, and that will get you to an awareness state, to a solitude state, and not to a lonely state. So the loneliness will absolutely take a 360 degrees change to solitude and silence, which will take you to an enlightenment purpose. It will get you away from all anger, all resentment, all frustration, and create the best of what you are. And of course, if you want to get away from loneliness, some of them, there are two basic things which you need to keep in mind. Loneliness is generally created when you don't know how to survive. You are always looking for people. You need to be independent. When you are independent at work or financially free, you would not be dependent on somebody. And the second thing is, your people are always looking for happiness. So if you really want to stay happy, my dear friends, remember one thing. You are already connected to everybody in the universe. You are not connecting today. From the day you have landed into the universe, there is some purpose to each person being in everybody's life. So the two most important things for you to stay happy is stay connected, stay blessed, and always feel that you need some me time and some mindful time for yourself to be happy. Thank you so much. हो गया.